Hey folks, Brian Davis here. I'm talking about best habits, and today it's really important here because I got a personal testimony I'm going to share with you. It's about best habits, about how to get healthy by using a journal. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you're doing so. And also hitting that bell notification so when I produce a new video, which is once or twice a week, they wind up hitting your inbox right away. And if you do find this a helpful video, please hit the like button because it does help out a ton. And if you have questions, comments, make sure you leave them because, folks, I do answer these things. And I'm very, very thoughtful with my audience, and I will help you out as much as I possibly can. Do those things, and I'll be right back. So there I was. My heart was racing, and I couldn't sleep, and I was at night, and I woke up sweating, and there I was feeling just awful. And the morning I got up and I had my neighbor check my blood pressure, and there was my blood pressure is 163 over 83, and that was high, like real high. And so I went in to see my doctor that same day, and the doctor said, look, you're like 30 pounds overweight. I'm putting you on cholesterol medication. I'm putting you on blood pressure medication. And you know what you can do from this point forward? Start limiting your activities because I'm not sure what you're going to be able to do. And so there I was sitting there on the table with these prescriptions and a terrible prognosis from my doctor, and kind of looking at a life moving forward of being on medication and being overweight and feeling kind of yucky the rest of my life. So that was a situation I found myself in, and I just knew I wanted to live a different life. So it's at those moments in time that you start doing a little bit of soul searching. Like, how do you want to spend your precious time on this planet? You have a certain amount of time and you're not going to get it back. So I started saying to myself, geez, Brian, is this how you want to spend your precious time on this planet? And the obvious question was, no, I've got kids, I'm married, I've got a good career, and I've got a lot of good things going for me. And I just needed to really pay attention to, how did I let myself get to this point where I was 30 pounds overweight and now on medication with high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and I just knew I needed to do something different. So a friend of mine recommended using a journal to start tracking what was going on up here in my head, and that in two would start dictating what was going on with my body. And so for a couple minutes a day, every day, I would write in a journal just about what I was thinking, what I was feeling, and really started making a discovery as to what kind of a person I wanted to be. And by writing in that journal, I was on a continual basis voting for what kind of a person I wanted to be. And so the clarity and the decision making there started helping me recognize that I had some patterns in my life that I needed to change. As I've mentioned before in my previous videos, the journaling takes on a good form for me. It became one about the actions I take and the reflections that I make. And I started paying really close attention to what kind of actions were I taking and what was I trying to do. And of course, I was trying to get healthy. And I knew that if I made it a point and developed a system to get healthy, that my body weight would drop. And geez, if my body weight would drop and I started getting healthy, that maybe I could work my way off of the cholesterol medication, maybe I could work my way off the blood pressure medication, and maybe I can wind up dropping 30 pounds. And so I started paying closer attention to what I was doing with myself, and I noticed some very, very troubling trends. I was a stress eater, and so this started coming out in my journaling, and I wrote more and more about how this stress eating was really just mindless eating, me reacting when I walked in the door, this bad habit that I had of going over to the cupboard and just eating mindlessly for about a 15-20 minute period of time, not till I just got the taste of food, but I was eating until I was full. And then what was I doing? An hour later, I was having dinner and then taking a nap and not getting any kinds of things done. So I knew that had to change. And journaling helped me recognize what I was doing. It also helped me realize why I was doing it. And now it was time to start putting together a plan. Now I realize everybody's plans are different, but I knew that I had to make a good system and start taking simple steps to make the system work. So one of the systems I started doing was recognizing that I needed to exercise daily. And that was one of the first things I did in the morning. And it was the best time because I tried exercising at all different times of the day. Try it after work, try it after dinner. Those weren't good times. And of course, there's always something going on after dinner. But early morning I found was a great time because that was my personal time. And so I wrote about this being the best time. And of course, another thing that I did that helped out quite a bit through my journaling was realizing that if you're up early in the morning, there's wonderful books you can get done, podcasts you can listen to, and it could be your personal time of the day. So instead of making the mornings my time where it was going to be a struggle to get up, instead it became my personal time, but time for self-improvement and time to get better. Every night I would journal. Every morning I would get up and set my plan up for the next day. So I'm not going to go into too much more detail about this. I will include it in some other videos, but if you want more about my plan, go ahead and ask, leave a comment if you'd like. I'm very, very forthcoming of what's worked for me, what hasn't, but I can tell you this. I've lost over 30 pounds. I've got off the cholesterol medication, I've got off the blood pressure medication, and I'm here to tell you that it all started with, well, a wake-up call from the doctor and a journaling system to help work my way back into getting healthy. Once again, it was never about losing weight, it was about getting healthy. And we knew that the weight loss would be a trailing indicator. Once again, my name is Brian Davis. Thank you very much for watching. If you think this will be a blessing to somebody, please go ahead and share this with someone else if you can be an encouragement to others. If you like what I had to say, please like the video because it really does help the channel. And go ahead and hit subscribe, and I can continue to provide you with more valuable information about journaling and self-improvement. Until then, don't forget to be awesome. Thank you.